Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 2. Last time, we finished up some cutscenes to an extent, and got thrown into a flashback. This time, we're going to continue said flashback and hopefully get out of said flashback so that we can go and actually play something. I guess we're moving around, which is different from what we were doing last time, but anyway. Guys in charge are crazy, telling us to make an Really? How are we supposed to simulate something we don't have any data for? Makes sense to me, also sounds extremely dangerous, so I would try to avoid that. As well as stated regarding Udo are both from Dr. Yuriev's research. Why is he so obsessed with Udo? Well, I mentioned last time that that has a lot to do with what we learn in Pied Piper. If you have not played it, or at least watched someone's review, I did a little overview of it myself back in the Xenosaga Episode 1 LP, but I would recommend checking out one of those. It gives you a much better idea of what's going on here, as opposed to just playing the game straight up after Episode 1. Girl playing the piano, huh? Anyway, we just keep following over here. Eventually, we will find more people to talk to, and then cutscene. On break till the next training session. I want to fight. I want to fight now. Speaking of cutscenes. Speaking of people who play the piano. Did she dive in as well?
Sakura. She really can't talk in this world.
Oh, this is the real world.
That's right. The neural pathways that recognize the outside world and allow her to express herself have been completely severed. Her electric potential pulse control was determined to be unstable, but neither medicine nor nanomachine-based glial supplements had any effect.
It's weird.
Basically,
restoring her membrane electrical potential didn't do anything.
Advanced medicine not working.
Yes.
So we have no idea.
But now your waveform, the particular wavelength you possess, is making up for her deficiency.
So in essence, Junior completes her. Aw, isn't that cute?
I hear my dad is researching treatment for me too. He's making a Realian that's a lot like a human. And he's gonna make it so my senses are always linked up with it. That way, I won't have to make my mom sad anymore.
Sakura, you sure have nice parents.
What about you? Your dad is Dr. Yuriev, right? Don't you have a mom?
Yeah, we have one. Genetically speaking, anyway. She had a healthy ovum with a perfect set of chromosomes. That's all we really know about her.
How come you're not looking for her? Don't you want to meet her?
What's the point? So I can say hi, you're the mother of a bunch of genetically engineered bioweapons?
Don't say that. You're not a weapon. You're a wonderful boy.
Oh, yeah? The only time we can leave the Institute is when there's a war going on.
Hey, Rubido. I have a favor to ask of you. My little sister is gonna be born soon. She's kind of different from a normal sister. I mean, my mom won't be giving birth to her, but my mother and sister. I want you to look after them for me, okay?
There's the promise we heard.
Okay, if she's your sister, I'll look after her. Like she was my own.
You promise?
Of course, leave it to me.
And Junior has no idea what to do with that information.
Good night, Rubido. See you tomorrow.
He got a kiss on, what's this, his third date? I don't know. Anyway, that gives us a little bit of background on what we've already heard little bits about. Anyway, with that being said, we see the ghosts going that way. I'm just going to call them ghosts. They're not actually ghosts. They're just kind of ethereal images. But regardless, there's one person to talk to over here. I don't think he's even worth talking to, but we're going to talk to him anyway. Yeah, that's helpful. And probably not far off. It seems rather frightening, the whole situation with Udo and the URTVs and everything. It's a rather strange juxtaposition of, you know, the scariness of Udo and the battle, the fact that all of these URTVs are bioweapons, and the music they play here. Kind of weird that way. Anyway, let's run all the way back. We won't get another after image until we find another split, so let's go follow them. Now, I mentioned last time there was an entrance to the lower right part of the screen in this particular screen, and we can go there, but anyone who's over there just talks about stuff that'll happen in the later events. We're not going to go there for now.
So you practice along with her piano. If you're that interested in her, why don't you just stay there in virtual space? I'm sure she'd like that too.
Of course.
It's not like that.
At least you don't want to admit
Concentration's
it.
been slipping lately, Rubido. It's almost time for our training in the Udo simulator. You know that, right?
Hey,
Seems completely
I
different
know
from
all
before.
about it. I'm the Link Master. I'll fulfill the mission.
I can trust you, right? As long as you're here, I don't have to be afraid of Udo, right?
Of course. Pull yourself together. We're the variants. Your waveform's way beyond the standard URTV.
Albedo seems to be a little bit rapidly bipolar. So I guess how crazy he is now has something to do with how crazy he was back then. Though he seems to be more frightened of things back then than he is now. In which case he doesn't seem to be frightened of pretty much anything. And the fact that he's indestructible probably doesn't hurt that, you know, that feeling of confidence and power. Alright, so if we go in here... Now, they don't tell us which room they went into, and now I believe they went into the far right room. We've already been in the far left room, and that center room, I believe, is where we go after this. But we want to go here first, I think. Yes. Well, who's that?
Pleased to meet you, number 666, Rubido. I am URTV number 668. You may call me Citrine.
So the person we heard, Citrine,
668?
is
I've never seen a
668,
female type
and
before.
one of the only female
Don't be so
types we've ever seen.
surprised. The original fertilized eggs had both X and Y stock. I am an X-type, designed to preserve the egg's mtDNA. We'd be in trouble if the project hit a dead end with nothing but just use simple Y-types.
I heard there was a girl's word somewhere.
I thought
Apparently
the
they
missing number
separate
was
them.
dead.
It's certainly true that a lot of units were disposed of. Unlike you male types, we have only 9 female types remaining.
Wow.
It's a shame, because theoretically we are superior.
You definitely have an O's, or
Who do you
an,
think you are?
what's the word I'm looking for? A presence
And just
that
who do
kind
you
of
think
demands,
you are, Rubido?
assumes that she's superior.
We aren't normal children, you know. Even if we lost control of our waveform and died, we wouldn't have the luxury of complaining about it.
Yeah, some of the lip syncing in this game is really bad. I normally don't talk about it too much because I can usually, you know, just put it to the side and ignore it for the most part. But it's really, really bad in many spots in this game. Number 669, which is Negredo or Guinan. He does not react to Udu waves. He cannot defeat Udu. So he's different. He's a... There we go. So now we're done with URTV production based on Yuriev's DNA. We've produced almost 700 units. I'm not sure if that includes... I would presume it includes all of the female ones. I'm not sure how many have survived up to this point. To say there's only 9 of the female models left. Got no emotions. Yeah, most of the other ones, these ones, are... Yeah, they're calibrated for anti-Udu use, and that's pretty much it. They have no emotions. They're not particularly interesting. Have I talked to all of you guys yet? I think I have. Pretty sure I talked to all you guys. But, yeah, so none of the other ones are particularly interesting. It's only the variants that seem to have personalities. And right now we've known the 4 variants. Junior, Albedo, Citrine now, and of course Guinan. Now, the names they use in this game, or well, in the series for them, Rubido, redness, Albedo, whiteness, Citrine, I believe, is something to do with yellow. I believe these are all Latin words. And finally, of course, Negredo, meaning blackness. They all have, at least the 3 males have something to do with Jungian psychology and like the different ideas of the different fluids in the body, or the... It's not fluids. What's the term I'm thinking of?
I can't stand
It's not
them.
ethers.
Just
I don't
look
know.
at them.
Something like that.
They don't even have wills of their own. All of them together just form one collective consciousness. Why is everyone up to 665 like that?
The standard types have weak anti-waveforms. It's not their fault they were born that way.
Albedo doesn't seem to like them very much. They're all blonde and blue-eyed.
Yuck.
This is not a drill. You will initiate a UMN dive into the subconscious domain of the sleeping patient and repair her sensory impairment. This mission will also serve as valuable anti-Udu training for you.
Your descent target is a white beach. This beach is a subjective image, created by the patient that exists below her consciousness. Within it lies whatever is obstructing her neural connection. We want you to identify and eliminate it.
Okay.
The beach?
I've never been to the beach.
We'll definitely have to go sometime.
They seem more interested in that than they do the mission itself. Yeah, it's weird. We go through like quiet scenes where we just have sound effects, and now there's that low hum like they had in many areas in episode 1.
Why?
Why are you the leader? Number 666?
Because he's stronger than you, and because he's a variant, and because he thinks for himself. How is he a monster? Based on his number?
Shut up, you losers! Don't make fun of Rubido! Your power doesn't even come close to his!
Apparently there's dissension in the ranks.
They're not our enemies. It's all right, Rubido. We both believe in you.
Junior seems really, what's the word I'm looking for? He's kind of he's not comfortable and confident in his own abilities. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I'm having trouble finding words today. Anyway, target point is the beach. We should reach it with preferred through the forest. So they're going to go through the forest. Me, on the other hand, I'm going to spend the rest of the video in battle. Yay! No. First things first, I'm going to save, and I'm going to heal up and set up everyone. I think KOS-MOS still needs to have her skills set up, so I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. First things first, over here we can blow up this door. This does not lead to an item. What it does lead to is something else we can blow up. I'm not going to blow this up now because then I'm going to have to explain why it's not there when we actually need to do something with it later. First things first. Let's fight! This, I've equipped everyone with their swimsuits because it makes sense, which means we now have Xion in a bikini and everyone else in whatever their swimsuits are. And of course, I only mention it because the only important one, right? Now, this is probably the worst party for this. These enemies, as you can see by their HP count, are huge compared to what we've been fighting. This is the largest difficulty spike in the entire game, and based on your level of progression, considering we've never even had our full party going at this point, we're basically at the start of the game still, is probably the hardest dungeon in the entire game, and was the one that really annoyed me in both my previous playthroughs of this game. So, first things first, let's take a look here. We got Necessity. You take 200% damage from ice and you're weak to ether with a break zone of BC. Now, Xion can't do anything to that, so we're going to stock. The other two behind them, these ones say they love your beauty or your strength or something like that a bunch of times, and then they'll start attacking you. These guys are expression. These guys are 150% weak to fire, 150 to pierce, 150 to slash, and weak to physical. Their break zone is BB. Now, these enemies are going to do quite a bit of damage, and the one thing to note about Necessity, the other guy, he takes 50% damage from hit. Now, Xion's attacks are all long and ether based, so they're not strike or slash or anything like that. They're ether type, or they're long type, or whatever. So, don't really need to worry about that, but all of Chaos's attacks and all of Ziggy's attack, save for his second circle attack, if you build up enough with him, is strike type. So they're going to do 50% less damage to this guy. Now, the only other character we have that does attacks that aren't Pyrrhus, which of course is Momo and Junior, is KOS-MOS, and all of her attacks, save for her last two circle attacks, are strike. So you can see here, your break zone was what, BC? We can't do a whole lot of damage to these guys, considering he has 1300 HP. Yeah, the enemies in this area take a long time to kill. So what I'm going to do in most of these battles is I probably won't show the start of the battle from now on, at least in this area, because the enemies here just take forever to kill. And as you can see, they deal enough damage, especially when they pincer you like this, that you're going to be healing a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the battle, fully healed, hopefully. And yeah, we're going to have to heal you. Basically, yeah, I'm going to be healing and stocking to a full stock gauge of 3 stocks for everyone, because that's really the only effective way of being able to deal with these enemies, is to stock a lot, which is one of the reasons why the battles take so long. You can't deal enough damage until you do that, and then usually you have to use your sword ethers to do much of anything. So since there's one guy on the one side, I want to take care of him first. And so when you guys stop absolutely killing me, I would really like to start attacking that one in the back. And they have just put a status effect on me, which I'm going to ignore for the moment. Let's see, so Necessity, you're weak to ice. Now, again, ice can only be applied to status effect or attacks that are non-elemental. None of these characters have non-elemental attacks. Ow!
Looks like I misjudged.
Well, not that we misjudged, it's the fact that you can almost one-shot my party members. As you can see, this game is hard. Very hard. We're going to boost because I need it. And yeah, I'm going to stock again. And then hopefully I'll have those two be able to do enough damage to take out Necessity. Actually, no, you're weak to ether, so I'm going to have to bring Xion back before I can do that. So I got to get 2 turns in a row. Look at all that damage they've done in one round. They've almost killed Ziggy. And Ziggy has more HP than anyone else. Look at that. That's ridiculous. This game is way, way too hard. At least at this point in the game. It does get easier as time goes by. In fact, toward the middle to end of the game, do not, thank you. Do not boost and do not kill my characters. Stop that. Okay. Now, I'm basically dead. I need to kill somebody. So we want to go B, C, and then spam out all of our attacks, even though they do crap for damage. And then we're going to unload with all of your attacks, which again, don't do anything for damage. See what I mean about this game taking absolutely forever to do anything? She does a little more damage, but I can't even break with her, so I'd have to boost to get her in, and I couldn't do that.
I'm sorry.
Now, there is a specific reason why I saved, because I had no intention on winning with these characters, which is why I wasted my revive on her and all that stuff. These characters all pretty much suck in here and you do not want to use them, which really sucks trying to balance out your levels because this is the first real dungeon and the only characters we can use are ones we don't have. So, at the start of next episode, we're going to attempt this battle again, this time with better characters, and like I said, I'm going to start the fight with a full stock gauge and my characters healed up and ready to go. Hopefully in that one I don't get pincered in as well, but anyway, I just wanted to show off how difficult this area can be if you are unprepared and if you get unlucky, basically. So, anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.